Mimosa Vermillion could be the key to the future of Black Clover. Yeah, guys, I have come up with some pretty crazy theories in the past, but this one is something that I think you guys are going to love, especially you Mimosa stans. This theory stems off of my last theory video, the one involving Noelle and her being descended of Valkyries potentially, which I highly recommend you should check that one out. But this one really plays on that one, adding much more information regarding Mimosa's role in the series proper. Of course, this video will feature manga spoilers, so there's your warning. In the last video, we discovered how closely Noelle is tied to a certain Valkyrie from the Norse myths, Gondul, whose name means wand wielder. He plays a big role in two brothers who are equals to each other, who are both competing to become the king, which obviously heavily parallels the story of Black Clover. Noelle, being a character who can use Valkyrie spells, is one of the few characters who wields a wand, and plays a role in Asta and Yuno's quest to become the Wizard King. Now, it turns out Mimosa may very well be a Valkyrie as well, or at least a descendant of one. If Noelle is, then so is Mimosa. Mimosa and Noelle are cousins. This is because Noelle's mother, Asir, her sister, married Fugolion's uncle. Throughout the entire series, Mimosa has not been much of a powerful combat mage, as she has been mainly a healer of everyone in the series, saving countless lives. Although she would finally realize that in order to impress Asta, she would need to increase her combat skills, which she really did in the Royal Knight Selection Tournament. Now, Mimosa has had this spell for a while, Princess Healing Flower Robe, in which it gives her plant-like wings and is a very powerful healing spell. Now, when we first saw this, there wasn't much to think of it. Nothing much to think of the wings. But with Asir's Valkyrie dress revealed in Chapter 111, and Noelle's own version revealed in Chapter 176, and add the fact that all three of them are related to each other, you could question Mimosa's own future abilities of maybe getting her own Valkyrie dress, or maybe being a Valkyrie herself, or having Valkyrie blood running through her veins. Not just because she has wings, and is related to Asir and Noelle, doesn't prove that much, and is sort of just some circumstantial evidence, but let's head over to the Norse sagas, and let's see if we can find Mimosa within them. In the saga of Sorlapater, we find a very interesting yet very familiar story. Two men that are very powerful warriors, Hogni and Hedin. Both brothers through oath, but not by blood. Both are competing each other to be the king, but their battle is seemingly everlasting since they are both equals in every single way. Hogni had a relationship with a Valkyrie named Gondul, whose name meant wand wielder. But there's another very important Valkyrie that is featured in the saga of Solplater. The Valkyrie's name was Hildur, and her power on the battlefield was to heal people. Now, in some myths, she also would just bring back people from the dead by resurrection, but in the other interpretations or translations, she just heals them. Because of this, it allows the everlasting battle and conflict between Hedin and Hogni to keep on going and to maintain the battle. Now that's a very interesting parallel for Mimosa here. She has to heal Asta several occasions in Black Clover, and likely Yuno as well since she's a part of the same squad. Is it really a coincidence? There is a Norse saga where two brothers are competing to become the king, but they are equal in every single way, and they're making no headway on the competition. And there's a Valkyrie who's named Gondul, whose name means wand wielder, and there's a Valkyrie who is a healer, just like in the Black Clover series. One other thing to point out, this is brought up to me by Jerome, is that the end of Noelle's robes look like a swan, and swans are what is in the story the ugly duckling. And that is kind of what Noelle is of our family. She is the ugly duckling. And what's really important is swans are heavily tied with Valkyries. So that adds even more to the theory that either she is the symbolism of Valkyrie, or she is related to one, or she is one. So add all this together. Can this really all be a coincidence? I really don't think it is. I think that it is something that Tabata has taken inspiration from and added to his story. Now, that doesn't mean that whatever happens in this saga of Norse mythology is going to happen in Black Clover. I think it's just he took this as inspiration as for his own story. Now, if you don't know what a Valkyrie is, they're basically an echelon of gods in Norse mythology. They're sort of like angel warriors, women of the battlefield. They are winged warrior women. They are servants of Odin, and they bring the slain soldiers to Odin in Valhalla or Freya and Folkvanger. Now, if you add this up, there's some really interesting imagery into the elf arc that not only adds foreshadowing to Asta's potential death, but also for Mimosa to maybe to get her own Valkyrie dress at some point in the future. When Asta and Mimosa were facing off against Elf Rill Lyra, Mimosa decided to get on his back to pair up with him. She spread her wings and began to use her recovery magic on her mans. This imagery is potentially symbolism for what is to come. Asta dying on the battlefield, and a Valkyrie picking him up, carrying him to Folkvanger or Valhalla. As remember, Asta is theorized to potentially die by Julius himself, and this is something that I actually think very well could happen. Asta dying, and a Valkyrie picking him up from the battlefield, it's going to look very similar to this image here. And honestly, we already had the kind of throwaway death for Julius, and so people are automatically going to think, oh, there's no way that Asta's going to die. He's the main character of the series. Well, this would be a good way to really throw people off, and even if he dies, they could just say that he goes to Valhalla or Folkvanger, and he trained. And in the Norse myths, people have gone from Valhalla back to Midgard, which is Earth, so it's not like Asta has to be there permanently. They could pull a Goku, but... So, I think that this could have been some of the first bits of foreshadowing that Asta's gonna die. Mimosa, who is related to potentially Valkyries, might even have Valkyrie, blood in her own, with her own spell. And the reason why, if you look at this, and you look at Mimosa, how she had to get on Asta's back and fight, well, imagine if she got a full Valkyrie dress. She would be pretty strong, because she has the wings and stuff, but if she got the full Valkyrie dress armor, like Noelle and Asir, even if it's plant magic, it's gonna be very powerful, because Valkyrie dress is one of the most powerful spells in Black Clover. So, I want to know what you guys think of this theory down below. Is Mimosa going to be the key to this series? Is she going to be Valkyrie? Is she going to have a Valkyrie dress? Or maybe it doesn't be Valkyrie dress, it could be something similar, but not exactly the same as Noelle and Asir's spell. Now, like I said, there is no way that this is a coincidence. That there were two Valkyries, both relate to Mimosa and Noelle, and then there's the story of the two kings that are brothers competing to become the kings, and they are equal in every single way. There's just no way this is a coincidence, in my opinion, unless you can, I guess, show me otherwise. But yeah, I think Mimosa could very well be the key to the series. Very, very important character. She already has been important, but I think her importance could get even more amped up in the very near future. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...